Now, I know that football is a very rapidly changing kind of thing, but I really did not expect. I mean, considering a few episodes ago I said, yeah, we actually could genuinely win the title, really didn't expect things to go how they have gone at the end of this season. It's been very dramatic, to say the least. Hello everyone and welcome back to more Norwich City Bouncing Back and the final episode of Season 9, our penultimate season in charge. And, well, I mean, depending on how things go, it may well be the final episode of the save as well because, well, yeah, it's not been good. The main word I would use is inexplicable. I don't really know why this has happened. The fact that it's sort of magically timed itself to coincide with the new patch, which according to SI on the forums, has not changed the match engine at all, except for throw-in distances. And I don't even think it really is long throws either. I don't know what's gone wrong. I've tried it out, the tactic that we use on other saves. No issues there. So it is not anything really to do with that. It is just the fact that the players, maybe because they're tired, maybe because they're just really bad, have decided to not play very well. So obviously last time out we did manage to get a draw with Tottenham, which is actually the best result we've had of late. We lost 2-0 to Man United as well. Since then we have not won a league game again. We've got 1 point. It was at home against West Ham though. They were above the relegation zone and we took the lead. We were looking like we were going to get 3 points. We didn't get 3 points because Adama Traore equalised in the 90th minute. We were on the defensive tactic. They still scored anyway. You can see the ratings from some of the players there. Dean Henderson there on a 6.5. Dean Henderson will not be our first choice goalkeeper next season. Even if I have to spend all the money on it, we're getting a new goalkeeper because he has been dreadful. So that was absolutely awful. I think if we had won this game, then, well, things would have been okay, but we didn't, and they're not. And we then lost 3-0 to Brentford, so that's great. And then we lost 3-0 to Chelsea as well. So our away form is absolutely appalling. Absolutely appalling. We then beat Hales Owen 3-0. They haven't been promoted. It's just the only thing I can think of. I've done 2 team meetings over this period. Neither of them has made any difference. So the only other option I can really think of is to, well, change the tactic. But I don't think there's much point for one more game. But other than that, arrange a friendly against a team who are not very good. It was a 3-0 win, which is frankly terrible considering they're in the Vanarama National League North. So we should have been annihilating them. But I guess a win is a win. And so this is therefore now the situation. We've got 1 league game to go. Sheffield United, they're in 16th. It's at home. We should win. But then we should have beaten West Brom. We should have beaten West Ham. We should have beaten Brentford. And at least, maybe a few other teams as well. We did not. I suppose the good news is that whatever happens, we will finish above Liverpool. Which, I mean, if you told me at the start of the season you will finish above Liverpool, I would have thought we'd have won the league. We haven't won the league. We've had our worst season in a few years. But then Liverpool have had one of their worst seasons in history. But anyway, there is the situation. We obviously can't get in the Champions League. That's long gone. But we're in 6th place. If we beat Sheffield United, we will finish in 6th and we will qualify for the Europa League. We could even finish in 5th if Arsenal lose because the goal difference is actually better than theirs somehow. However, if we don't win, well, we're reliant on Brighton and Everton to drop points and ideally lose. If we draw and they draw, we should be fine. But if one of them wins and we draw, then we're not finishing in 6th. We're not qualifying for the Europa League. We're not getting in Europe at all because 7th place will not be European football because Liverpool, despite their terrible season, won the League Cup. So they have got the Euro Cup 2 place. If we lose, we need Brighton and Everton to lose as well. It's really that simple, really. As long as we better their result, we will be in Europe. Now, in some ways, not qualifying for Europe next season could be a good thing. One last year, no distractions of Europe. We can just focus on trying to win the league. That's a possible thing. In another, more accurate way, it will be a complete disaster because we won't have any money to spend to buy in the new players we really need to improve our ageing and generally terrible team. And also, I'm probably going to get sacked because that's what the board want. They want Europa League. That's their minimum expectation. And if we don't do it, I don't think they're going to be happy. So let's see what we can do. We have, of course, got the Nations League with England today as well. I'm not doing it as a separate episode. We'll do that at the end of things today. But this is the focus. Can we win for the first time in 2 months, can we actually win a game and qualify for Europe, or are we not going to? So the team, I mean, what do you even say? What do you even say? I mean, this is probably the best indicator if we just look at the, well, last 5 games and then the overall average rating. Who's got above a 7 this season? James Maddison, Fikayo Tomori, Chris Mepham. That's it. So as to the rest of them, well, they're all up for sale in my view, pretty much. Pretty much every player, as far as I'm concerned, I would happily accept a bid for. But the issue is, as we talked about before, British and Irish players are really expensive. There really aren't that many that we don't already have, and the ones that we don't already have that are better than what we've got playing for Man United, Liverpool, Man City, and so forth, and we can't afford them, and they have no interest in joining us. But anyway, let's see what we can do. Henderson's going to be in goal, hopefully for the last time. Lewis, Tomori, Mepham and Aarons is the defence. Midfield, God knows. Maddison's going to be there. Wilson's going to be there. I mean, well, Lewis Cook's been terrible, so we're going to go with Calvin Phillips because I guess that's what we'll do. I don't want to play Shackleton particularly either. We'll stick with Phillips. He can play there for today. The wingers, I mean, they've been a disgrace. It's that goes without question. Vernon and Dunn, I guess. Mashalah's been awful. David Brooks has hopefully played his last game for the club, or hopefully will today. And then striker, I mean, God, Murray McCunny. How I've said this before. How do you go from 16 goals to 2? How? It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense. I guess Mashallah should probably start because he's got 8. He's our top scoring striker-ish attacking player. I guess we'll start him. But yeah, it's not great really, is it? So what do we say? I mean, it's time to put an end to this poor run of form. Do we even have... Well, there is a suggested one. Pick up where you left off last time. I mean, I hope he's talking about the friendly win rather than the Chelsea game. I think we'll pump the fists. We'll be positive. It's time to put an end to this poor run of form. Today's the day. They're motivated. They're ready. Let's go out there and lose 4-0. Right, we'll put the old latest scores on. It's not quite as dramatic a final day as last season. This time last year, what was on the line was a league title. It was, in fact, of course, Sheffield United. We were hoping they would do us a favour by beating Liverpool or drawing with Liverpool. They, of course, did not. So I will hate them forever. Not as much as I hate Liverpool, but I'll still hate them. So let's just trash them today. Colin Dunn on the turn, goes to the shot. It's not even really a shot, was it? What a goal that would have been. Well, it wasn't even close to being a goal. Right, Brighton are losing to Chelsea. That is good news. Everton are drawing with Newcastle at the moment. If that stays the same, then whatever we do here, as long as it stays the same here, that will be okay. Max Aarons on the ball. Has he played his last game for the club? Is that it today? Him and Lewis have been shocking in the second half of the season. An absolute disgrace. Phillips forward to Dunn. Colin Dunn. Well, I think everyone on the pitch today is playing for their future, and that's certainly a way to perhaps secure your future with the club. Finally, a bit more sort of drive and positivity. Calvin Phillips, great ball from him over the defence, and it's a good strike from Dunn. And I mean, Phillips' contract is up in the summer. Maybe we do keep him on, or maybe we get rid of everybody because are we going to throw this away? I mean, coming up to half time. Kenny on the right-hand side to Ali. It's a good tackle from Phillips. Not a foul. Wins the ball back. I mean, Calvin Phillips, he knows his contract's expiring. He's getting a new deal at the moment. Maddison through to Colin Dunn. It's 2-0. It's 2-0. We've not been 2-0 up in a game since we were 2-0 up against West Brom in a game we lost 3-2. So I'm not counting any chickens. But this has certainly been a good first half performance. Calvin Phillips, maybe even getting a new deal at half time. It's a great counter-attack. Perfectly weighted pass from Maddison, and Colin Dunn with another good finish. Well, the half still isn't over yet. Dean Henderson, of course, against his former club. As we look to counter again, very quick move. Peter Vernon's got some room to run into. Slips it into Dunn on a hat-trick. Colin Dunn, nearly with the first half hat-trick, doesn't quite manage to make it go over the line, though, and that is half-time. Jamal Lewis is apparently, he's got a bruise, and yet he wants to come off, and is feeling exhausted. I think we'll take him off at half-time, because frankly, that's embarrassing. It's an embarrassment to the club. You've got a bruised foot, and you're acting like that. You're playing that badly. You want to come off the pitch. Well, actually, to be fair, it said he wanted to play on. He's not going to play on, and that may well have been his last game for the club. Peter Vernon's immediately got injured as well. an arm injury and you want to come off the pitch, Peter. Embarrassing. You're an embarrassment. A disgrace to the club. Right, other scores. Brighton are now drawing with Chelsea. Everton are still drawing. So, I mean, as long as we win, then it doesn't really matter. If we go 3-0 up, that would be good. We pull it back across. It's been cleared, though. That was a great opportunity. Everton are now beating Newcastle. That could be a problem. But I'm hopeful we just won't bin this off. If we can just not bin this off, we'll be okay. And we'll be in our old friend, the Europa League, the competition we've won more than any other. Closing stages, 6 minutes to go. How are we going to screw this one up? Let's please just get a third goal. We're not going to throw away a 3-0 lead. We will throw away a 2-0 lead. I'm very confident we will throw away a 2-0 lead, but not a 3-0 lead. Mashallah to Dunn. Hat-trick for Colin Dunn. Hat-trick for Colin Dunn. On the final day of the season, he's finally started playing well, just in time for him to get injured over the summer, and then we'll never be anywhere as good as this next year. Maybe I'm just being very cynical after what has happened over the last few games, but another good move. Dunn makes it 3. Once again, for about the 9th time this save, we have rescued ourselves on the final day. I mean, I'm saying that, of course, we didn't do it last year, did we? We didn't do it last year. But, well, it's not over yet. We could even make it 4, which would certainly boost the old goal difference. I mean, we could even overtake Arsenal here. I don't actually know what is happening with the Arsenal game. Not even looked at that one. Here's the goal for Sheffield United. Eze, very unlucky. Arsenal are drawing with Man City. So, a late goal for City, and we will actually potentially overtake Arsenal. I don't think it's happened. This game is over. We've actually won. See, it's not a complete disaster. Just yesterday was a complete disaster. It's a 3-0 win. We've managed to just about scrape over the line. 61 points. It's nowhere near as good as last season. It's an absolute disgrace compared to last season. But at least we do just about get into Europe. 6th place by 1 point over Everton. We've made it into the Europa League. And the best thing is we finished above Liverpool. Peter Vernon's fractured his wrist. I mean, it's the end of the season, Peter, so you're not playing through your injury. You can go to a specialist, I guess, but that's it. But Colin Dunn, there we go. Great performance. That's what we bought him for. That's what we want to see. Hat-trick. He can do it. Do it more often. And there we go. We get £32 million for our league finish, which should be higher than that. This says we've qualified for the Europa League. It's not been officially confirmed yet. The board are disappointed though, because the fact that we were going to qualify for the Champions League, it does take some of the shine off the achievement overall. Yes, we have absolutely collapsed at the end of the season, but there we go. You only have to put up with me for 1 more year. So here we go, end of season review. Very somber. This feels like one of the first times in a while we haven't actually won a trophy. So it's not been a great season really, all things considered. It looked like it could have been, but that's kind of fallen away a little bit. New signings, I would say overall have been bad, to be honest. I mean, Setford, I guess, was all right when he was called upon. Mashallah really has been a disappointment. 13 goals, 7 assists. I mean, that's actually not awful on paper, but would expect a bit more from him given his price tag. Timon was either terrible or pretty good. George Wilson was overall quite good. I'd say he's the signing of the season. But yeah, overall not great. I mean, obviously with that fantastic win against Bayern Munich, that was a brilliant performance. Matching the achievement of the real life early 90s side, but obviously everything is down on last year, given that we have finished further down the table. Although massively more sponsorship, 24 million more sponsorship. That's quite good. I'm not sure what the sort of trigger of that one is, but I do like it. Definitely more shirts being sold as well. Mashalah's helped that. Wilson has helped that massively too. He's third place. That's quite impressive. But then team of the year, well, I mean, what do we say about that? Just look at the ratings. Look at them. Atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Obviously, it's pretty much what you would expect. Dunn makes it in there. Mashalah's on the left. McConnie, by virtue of, I guess, games played, he has been woeful. His scoring record has not been good enough. Actually, interestingly, George Wilson makes it into the team of the year despite joining in January, which I guess says a lot about Chowdhury and Phillips and so forth. Player of the season, once again, is Chris Mepham. He's basically got that one sewn up. Dunn gets young player of the season, presumably as a result of the hat-trick he just got. Timon gets signing of the season, which says a lot about Mashallah. And Chris Mepham's our top goal scorer. How have I not noticed that? He's got 15 goals. Chris Mepham, from corners, is our most prolific scorer. Maddison with 19 assists is pretty crazy as well. He is He's getting up there, but he's not showing any signs of slowing down particularly. I mean, Mepham and Maddison, M&M, they are the winning combination. Can we actually just see Chris Mepham's got 10 goals in the league. He's our top goal scorer in the Premier League. 15 overall. Absolutely crazy figures from Chris Mepham. Absolutely insane. And Maddison's 16 assists as well, most of which are to Mepham, is a new Premier League record. So, well done to them. Both of them done very well. Excellent individual seasons. Overall, best 11 is looking like that. Tamori's not made it in there. Tarkovsky's still in there, which I guess shows you how good he still is considered by the game. I mean, Adam's still up front as well, which really shows how bad most of the strikers' seasons we've had have been. So apparently at the moment, the board expectation is to finish in the top half next season and then afterwards challenge for the title, which I think is a bit of I'm not sure that's going to be what it's going to be in terms of the final thing. But yeah, interesting. What is the transfer budget? Have we been given the transfer budget yet? I don't remember it coming up. I mean, at the moment, it's 26.78 million. I think that might change. I hope it might change at some point. Right, this is saying that we haven't qualified for the Euro Cup. I mean, what's up with that? That's a concern. Is it something to do with like FA Cup and stuff like that? I mean, who's in the FA Cup final? Liverpool versus Manchester United. Brilliant. So if Liverpool win, then I think we end up in Euro Cup 2 instead, which seems quite unfair really, but well, let's just hope they don't win. But I hope that doesn't cause any issues. Right, the board have set the budgets now. 3.2 million wage budget, 66 million transfer budget. That's not awful, especially if we do look to move some players on. Does that mean we've now qualified or not? It's not been officially confirmed, so I don't know where we're going to exactly end up. Now, interestingly, Aaron Hitchman, who of course has spent the season on loan at Sevilla, probably should have kept him. He's going to be part of the first team next season. He's now valued at 59 million. He's scored 14 goals and got 4 assists in La Liga for Sevilla. He's done very well. So yeah, I mean, potential solution to the left-sided issue was someone we had all along. But anyway, as said, we are going to be doing the Nations League today. I'm not going to do it in sort of like full fashion. It'll just be the goals because I'm not too bothered, but I want to get it done today rather than having it as a separate thing, and I don't want you to not see it in case we do actually win something. Well, thank God for that. Man United win 2-0, the first time I've ever been happy that Man United have won something. Liverpool lose. I mean, I think Klopp's going to actually get sacked from that, but the good news is, it's not come through yet, but I think that means we've qualified for the Europa League. Yes, there we go, officially confirmed. We are in the Europa League next season. Liverpool will only be in Euro Cup 2. And Klopp, after his long reign of terror, has now gone. He has been sacked, and I am very, 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 very pleased to see that. So, we've got the Nations League semi-final, and we're against Portugal. They are managed by Jose Mourinho. Now, I consider myself the Norfolk Jose, so yeah, this is going to be an entertaining watch. I will just bring you any goals. I think it's going to go to penalties. Well, I called it. Not entirely sure how it has. It's been a pretty action-packed game. We've had loads of chances. 2.49 XG. It's 0-0. Very strange. But anyway, it's penalties, and we love penalties. Can we at least score the first penalty? That would be good. Mason Mount, we left him on. He's scored it. That's good. Well, it's been an absolute scorefest so far, but Rafael has missed Portugal's 4th penalty. So, well, I say missed. It was a save from Aaron Ramsdale. The man who loves a big penalty shootout occasion, of course, after the European Championship final. And that means that Ben Chilwell has... Why Ben Chilwell? I don't know. But he's got the chance to win the match, which he does. We're into the final. And we have got France in the final. Let's see how we do. Well, it's taken a long time, but we've actually finally scored a goal. And it's a corner in from Angel Gomez and Declan Rice with a bit of a lucky finish. We've got the advantage. And now it's 2. Angel Gomez with an excellent strike. Put the corner in for the opening goal. And this one is not bad at all. In off the post. 2-0. We might be about to win our second trophy with England. So yeah, I think we probably will. Mason Greenwood makes it 3. And I mean, just change the name of the country. We're not England anymore. We're Wingland. It is definitely not the tactic. The tactic is absolutely fine. It's just we decided to completely collapse in the last part of the season with Norwich. Jadon Sancho runs in to make it 4. It's a complete annihilation, and we're going to win the Nations League. Well, there we go, and there we go. We don't get a trophy celebration. I think there's something wrong with how... Because there's something wrong with how Nations Leagues are calculated, because I think I've had this issue before. They just don't do a trophy celebration, which is annoying, but we know we've won. We know we have won. And there we go. That is going to be that for today. The end of the season, ending on a high, even if it's not with Norwich. And we will be back next time for the start of season 10, our final season of the save. Transfers are needed. We're going to have to do some selling, I think, if we want to improve the squad, because I've looked for some players. There's some players out there. They mostly cost more than our entire budget, so that's going to be a bit of an issue, but I'll see what we can do. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe as well, and I will see you next time.